Yeah. I don't think they can hear. I don't think they can hear you, Gonzo. I'm on the stream and I can hear myself speaking, but I can't hear you. Hmm. Yeah, you're absolutely silent on the YouTube stream. Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe my recording device is slow. Hang on.
Gaston equal. Okay, Donald Trump.
Properties. Levels. Microphone's at 59%. What will happen if I max it to 100?
Okay, they can hear you now. They can hear you now.
Okay. Maybe it's just a glitch in the fucking matrix or some shit.
Yes, we know Trump won. This is why Gonzo is drunk playing this game to make himself feel better. Nothing's gonna make him feel better, but it's worth a try. We just gotta take it with a grain of ass.
Fucking. They already called it. Clinton calling Trump to concede the election. We're fucked. We're fucked. I live in a goddamn red state. I'm living in a goddamn red USA. I am fucked. There's no fucking way. It's just.
Yeah, unless they ban the internet, I think you can still make money, bro. So it's not that big of a worry. All right, as President of the United States, my next order of business is to ban the internet. I am seriously sick and tired of the anti-Trump memes. I mean, I seriously like that Pepe shit, but the bad outweighs the good here. So let's just go ahead and regulate the internet for all eternity. Christ.
Look, guys, as American citizens, you just have to tell yourself this one thing. You'll accept the results, but this man is no president of yours.
That is
Joke
not my
about him.
president.
Joke about the president. The man's
I
always been a
fucking
joke in the eyes of a lot of people. If it makes you feel better, joke about the president. Just do it. Because for once, if this guy fucks up, you have an excuse to be right about all the shit you
Mike
talk
Pence
about
is
the
now
president.
coming out on to the stage and at Trump headquarters in New York City.
Donald Trump's family will be walking in, and then, of course, Donald Trump himself will be walking in. He's going to be addressing this very enthusiastic crowd over at the New York Hilton Hotel in Manhattan. Hillary Clinton has announced through John Podesta that she will
You can only hear it through my microphone because
now learned that Hillary
fuck.
Clinton did phone Donald Trump and congratulated him on what she said would be his
My desktop is now powerful for American Truck Simulator.
running mate with his family. Very, very excited, very enthusiastic crowd over there. There's Mike Pence. Let's talk
Whoa, there's outrage in the YouTube chats of this stream gone. So I'm
What?
seeing fuck Trump, cancer, Hitler, Putin, all sorts of shit. It's going nuts.
Yeah, it's not fucking surprising, man.
Let's listen in to Mike Pence, the governor of Indiana, the vice presidential running mate.
Former.
It's going nuts. This thing is going so rapid, it's going to freeze up. The internet does not approve. Don't play that song. That's our national anthem.
I have yet to hear
And
any.
you people are playing it to this man.
What are they playing?
They're playing our national anthem to this man.
I didn't hear it.
I'm watching it on YouTube.
But I didn't hear it through CNN. It's probably something different because fucking Wolf Blitzer was talking alongside Anderson fucking Cooper. Everybody's screaming USA on the CNN. You're not fucking deeply humbled. You ran my fucking state into the ground, you fucking ass. I don't remember fucking electing you in the 2012 elections, but then again, I probably should have. But I was stuck in a train in fucking Chicago. Well, inbound for Chicago. Fucking asshat. You were kicked from the game. Too high average ping. Can I even stream without it kicking me offline? Fuck. Guess I can't do multiplayer. I could do fucking single player, wouldn't this? Give me a minute. Eat shit, you fucking
Is
cunt.
this a speech? Is this a speech from Trump's vice president?
Yes.
Hmm.
Hang on, I'm gonna... Stream might be interrupted.
like how there are people saying maybe Trump will get shot. Like, wishful thinking. Yeah. Wishful thinking, as I said before. I'm not saying that I would want this guy to die. I'm not. People are just theorizing that he might. I don't know if people are going to take this lying down. I saw a video of people taking to the streets screaming, "Fuck Trump." Something drastic is going to happen.
So when are we moving to Canada?
Right.
I don't know.
I'm moving to Canada. It was nice knowing you guys. Oh, wait, what am I live about?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, are you streaming? Oh, hello, people. How are you on this wonderful night of where we elected a fucking Nazi?
He's not a Nazi. He's just a jackass.
Oh, yeah, he's a jack of something, all right.
He's a jackass.
Canada, I'm coming up to be a part of your government system.
Are you legitimately moving to Canada?
I might be. I'm listening to the speech as it's live. Oh, God. You know what, Sharpwing? Sharpwing.
What?
I got a feeling that as he is fucking, like, you know, laying the hand on that Bible or whatever that they do for the inauguration, he's going to get shot. I have this distinct feeling something's going to happen to him.
I have a feeling people are going to attempt something. I'm not saying it's going to succeed, but there were too many people outraged for something drastic not to happen tonight.
And oh, hold on, Gonzo. Yes, Rustic heard the news. He's moving.
Hey, you need a neighbor.
I don't know where the fuck Maid went. You're gonna have. Oh, actually, let me. There we go. That kid on like the right hand side was like, I don't want to be here. I kind of want to play my Xbox.
So Rustic is just like legitimately saying you guys are moving to Canada.
I don't know if that's true or not. Are we moving to Canada now? Okay, never mind. Maybe we're not.
Okay, so he's joking.
I don't know. I can't tell. But what I do know,
Can't tell either.
but what I do know is that this fucker is going to get shot, like whether he's inaugurated or it's a few years down the line, if not a few months. If not, he's going to get impeached, or he's going to be like a little kid and fucking walk out and be like, I'm done playing president.
Yeah.
Can I have a link to the live streams? Like, if there are any people like there, just want to. Oh, it's on your YouTubes. Hey, your YouTube.
I feel like tonight something drastic is going to happen.
Oh,
I'm not saying he's going to get shot or something, but there could be rioters that bust into this building, overpower security, and just ruin the rally.
Oh yeah, I'm like sitting here waiting for that to happen. I'm eating my fucking popcorn, dude.
We're the most divided we've ever been in a long time on this issue. And I feel like there are enough people to do something drastic tonight. Even if they have to come miles waiting hours into his speech to do it, people are probably going to do something drastic.
What's up playing tonight? You know what's funny? I was talking. I was thinking about going.
If I'm okay, I'm gonna touch your ass after this.
What the fuck? What's that? I nominate Gonzo for writing.
Trump is attracted to his daughter Ivanka.
I nominate Gonzo.
If I'm okay, I'm gonna fucking do things to you.
Gonzo, I nominate you for the next presidential candidate. You'll have the minority. Everybody, look, these people that are just hanging out here and they love you. I'm pretty sure they're like, yeah, Gonzo for president. Mindless Gonzo. You could be called the great mindful Ganzor. It's beautiful.
Gonzo. Well, I mean, if this clown that has no political knowledge whatsoever can be elected president, I guess anybody can at this point.
Well, hey, look at the upside. Now we're not going to go to war with Russia.
Like, next time, maybe we could get a person that literally talks out of their ass, and like every time they speak shit, that turd literally just comes out of their butthole. We literally just have an ass running for president. You never see the guy's face, it's just his ass. He's literally talking out his ass.
What do you say?
Nominated a wig.
We nominated a wig! What do you mean? What's going on? Oh, that, yeah. Sometimes I monitor it when she's gone. What do you want to know?
Rudy, you old fucking sausage.
You know what? I hate to sound like that racist bastard right now. I am so glad I'm not a Mexican right now.
Oh my god, we're fucking. Gonzo's doing a live stream and I didn't know what kind of came in, so you just probably offended half, if not a lot of audiences.
These people probably care less right now because they're having to put up with Mr. Businessman himself being their president.
Okay.
Listen here now. Purple's Muslim. Have fun.
Purple's Muslim.
Well, duh, she deleted her Facebook. Now, I'm not. Well, you said you were moving to Canada, you fucking mook.
What?
You said you were moving to Canada.
Hey.
Not moving to Canada if you can't freeload off Maine.
You know what, like, but you know, it's funny that you mentioned, Molly or Nancy. I was talking to her and she was thinking about, she wants to do something different. She wants to make it a bigger impression on people now more than ever before since this whole election is going on. She never told me who she likes, but
Here, I suggest this idea. Molly won her election because ward round, even though Trump won, there are more and more states legalizing weed.
well,
right
yeah,
now.
her slogan: she'll give you condoms and weed, but she swears she won't be mean.
Right.
I vote for
I've got a slogan now. If we can't have a Trump-free nation, we're sure as hell going to have legal marijuana.
While I was working on some, did you see the art I posted in the chat of what the portrait?
I tell my parents to vote for Conso.
Molly might run for president. She wants to. She wants to either be called "I'll give you condoms and weed," and she swears she's going to be mean, or "Think Pink."
God, I can't believe it actually came through. Oh, I am both scared
And
intrigued.
this is hilarious. I have to say, I feel like I'm watching a reality show.
Hey, we elected this guy president.
I feel right now. The good thing is, I still have some faith in him because even though he's elected president,
The fucker's gonna get impeached.
no.
You dumb fuckers elected Trump.
Well, duh. You know, here's the thing: is that the president is just a fucking figurehead. He only does certain things. And the only most power he has is fucking vetoing.
Actually, he's chief of state as well. He has control over the U.S. Army.
No, but we fucking need somebody who can
can't-
be universally appealing to everybody. Now, granted, that can't ever happen, but god fucking damn it.
He legally can't declare war, but at the same time, that doctrine
He
is
can't
released.
declare war. I mean, you saw Bush do it, now look where the fuck we are now.
Bush shouldn't have done it, because Bush wasn't allowed to do that.
Trump's gonna
There's a
fucking make...
doctrine
If
that
Russia's not gonna
literally
make World War
prohibits
III with
the
fucking U.S., because
If
I
the
don't think they are now since Trump is president,
And if the
Trump's gonna
president
declare
declares
war on
war, they're in
everybody.
violation of that doctrine, which isn't greatly enforced enough. They should probably crack down on enforcing that doctrine if they really, really don't want us potentially going to war with anyone.
Did you watch it where you saw that chill-ass black dude? I was like, I love you.
Yeah, boy.
He was, this guy, this radical Trump supporter, he was, very much saying, he's like, hypocrisy and spreading out all these, weird things, I forget what it was, but he was like, excuse me, and this is what the guy said, the black guy said, excuse me, you're being a very horrible person right now. Please let me finish.
Like I said, Trump.
No, this white guy who was a radical Trump supporter. Uh-huh. On top, he's our first mean president. I can't wait to see what his beautiful picture is. You know what it's gonna look like? And I'll just post it in here.
It'll just be a smiley turd face. Placing his head.
Why
We
would you
elected
use
shit
the-
for president.
Why don't we just use the shit emoji?
On top of his face,
On top of his face, right?
it's
Smiley
got a...
emoji.
Gonzo, did you see my beautiful artistic interpretation of it? I was answering questions for Nancy, and well, I think she just likes to fuck around. She just tells me what she wants and I just draw it and write it. Yeah, but everybody wants. Well, everybody wants to fuck her, so I can't really blame her.
I just want to call my thing like
Don't worry. Watch, you know what? And Sharpwing, I bet you think the exact same thing. He's probably gonna be shot while placing his hand on that fucking Bible.
Maybe.
Okay, what do you think's gonna happen during the inauguration?
He might actually just go into the presidency unscathed. It's the damage he causes after that is what will get him shot or impeached. He'll get shot if his Republican Congress refused to move for his impeachment. And he'll get impeached if everybody agrees collectively to do that.
I bet he will. Well, won't he? Well, Sharpwing, didn't Trump also say, like, you can molest a woman or something like that, and that he's gonna, like, abolish abortion or something?
I don't know. He didn't say anything of that magnitude.
Oh, okay, I thought he said that.
There's no goddamn way he said on public TV, yeah, you can rape a woman. I think he wouldn't be elected at that point. The worst he said, I think, in the opinion of these people, is grab her by the pussy. That's about it. Which basically put him on par with fuck her right in the pussy. If you think about it, he's nothing but a mean president. He has nothing going for him. Except
Well, hey, at least, you know what? The only thing I give him kudos is that doesn't think that a fucking meme is a terrorist group. Pepe the fucking
It's
frog.
okay, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna pass legislation that will allow me to date my daughter Ivanka. Pedophilia will be legal.
Oh my god, if that happens, I'm dead. What?
She attacked the internet the moment she tried to strike down Pepe the Frog as a hate symbol. At that point, she called millennials retarded, and they responded with, "Fuck you, let's fuck the country."
Well,
if she hadn't been a low blower, she would have at least tied with Trump. That's
yeah.
right. But
Wait.
she fucked it herself by constantly calling Trump supporters degenerates, ingrates, fucking attacking the millennials with basically attacking memes, attacking the internet, the place that a lot of us call a paradigm where we build our homes, our communities, create our groups, our social cliques, and this woman disrespected us. And we responded with, "Fuck you, let's watch this shit burn."
Where's his wife? No,
And
Donald Trump
thing-
has a wife.
And it's the thing, I feel that the millennial generation specifically chose to
Oh, wait, wait,
Holy shit, man.
are you fucking plastic?
One emoji.
No, no,
One
no.
emoji to describe Trump in every possible way. Oh, alright, let's check this
By the way, is a 1991 baby a millennial, technically? Or no?
No.
out. No.
Oh, okay. But yet,
Yeah.
you notice that the 90s children are categorized with them. You notice that, right?
Yeah. I'm categorized as a millennial even though I was born in 1996. I'm 20 years old.
Exactly. I don't know. It's like, I think it was like I don't know. It's like the 80s and the 90s and the millennial people still get. Well, maybe not all the 80s kids, but like mostly the 90s and millennials are getting shit on left and right. Gonzo, are you drunk driving?
There was a silent majority. They should have fucking spoken up. That's for damn sure.
Hmm?
Because now they've basically got a shit diaper and it's fucking super glued to their asshole. Congratulations. You shit your pants and you can't change them.
Oh god. Well, I'm pretty sure by the way the way Trump's gonna do, he's just gonna bring back very old-fashioned ways of doing shit.
Alright, so I've chosen to bring back the Salem witch trials.
Holy fuck, you're not that old.
Shut up. It's productive.
Yeah, it helps with the fucking market.
So it's like everybody against Donald Trump is a witch. Okay, guys? That's how this is gonna go.
So is he gonna kick out everybody now that's like illegal here or some shit?
I don't know how he's feasibly going to do that. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, think about this. How is he going to deport that many illegal immigrants? And think about this projection that the American people have about illegal immigrants. They think that illegal immigrants are like these fucking people that crawl out from under the fence and pass border patrol while they're not looking, when legitimately our so-called illegal immigrants came here on a legal visa, a lot on planes, and then just stayed here until their visa expired and they're still here. That's all these illegal immigrants are.
Well, I was thinking more of the ones that kind of like jumped the border of Mexico. But hey,
But there's something important about this.
okay.
They work jobs the American people do not want and will not work. If somehow Trump does successfully manage to deport all of the illegal immigrants, there are jobs open, ladies and gentlemen. You're just not going to like any of those jobs.
Oh, it's super clean.
You are going to hate those jobs.
People keep saying it's over, it's over. It's not over until somebody gets fucking rallied and shot. It may not be today,
It's
but
not.
it's soon.
It's not over until we go up in a blaze of hellfire. This is just America's worst moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
If we come back from this, we rise from the ashes.
Or they can't get it here. They have to go overseas. That's the sad part, and some of them don't even have that kind of money. Honestly, I think that should be funded by the what am I thinking of? By your medical insurance or something, or some kind of like there should be some kind of act for that.
Yeah, it's like fucking bullshit that any of these people want to pass legislation that stops people from doing this when it's their fucking decision.
I just love my Trump picture. Okay, thanks.
Like, in all God's honesty, like, if they did do something like that, they have no fucking right to do something like that. That's literally the equivalent of a fucking Jehovah's Witness coming to your door and shoving their religious bullshit down your throat when you didn't ask for it. You just wanted to make yourself a delicious-ass turkey sandwich with a side of fucking cottage cheese, man. But no. This fucking Jehovah's Witness just had to tell you were gonna burn in hell and ruin your goddamn day. That's how it goes.
I know. I know this is gonna. I'm just gonna say here and now, I do not. I'm not losing hope. There's something's gonna happen, and it's gonna be a very backlashy cause and effect. I can feel it. Tell me I'm not the only one. No, like my gut's turning. Something like big is gonna happen, like an explosion, like that sort of magnitude. Yes. Let's try Mr. Krabs, because, like, if anybody fucking screws with you, they get to deal with me. And I promise you, I am not a nice person.
Yeah, Mr. Krabs, they're gonna feel the full-on wrath of candy-ass McWhitey Pants.
Yes. Wait, what? I'm not candy-ass McWhitey Pants.
No, that's me, damn it.
I hate you. Because my OC's white doesn't mean I'm a candy-ass.
That's me, damn it.
Red, so white, man.
You think I don't have a stake in this fight? If these motherfuckers want to fight, I'll give them a award. They're not telling me what to do. They'll never tell me what to do. Never. I will go out in a bloody fight on the streets before I give in to these fucks. Yeah. We're about to see some serious shit, ladies and gentlemen. It's like somebody is gonna either hire Trump to assassinate this guy, somebody's gonna go off their rocker after whatever kind of damage Trump can cause. They're going to lose somebody important to them. They're going to lose something important to them. Have nothing to lose, and just probably shoot the president. That's the thing that people fail to realize. When a president was assassinated, it was either people that had nothing left to lose and felt they were doing what was right in what they would call their final moment, or it was espionage.
Why is this guy
Other
holding a giant...
political figures moved to have the president murdered. A lot of people are theorizing that's what happened with JFK.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't like talking about, it's like, oh, somebody's going to shoot the president. I'm hoping the guy just gets impeached.
Yeah.
If he fucks something up, you never know. Maybe he'll change his positions.
Well,
Maybe he'll change his positions.
three things are gonna happen. He's gonna get fucking shot. That's the darkest thing. He or somebody around him. He's going to get impeached, or he's just gonna be like, okay, I'm done playing president. Let's go out and do something else.
He's just gonna resign out of boredom after he puts in the shittiest
there's
state
nothing
possible.
to do. I'm so tired of doing international publication.
That's a possibility, considering he didn't just bail on his businesses. Like, let him get, like, lose so much money in his businesses, filed bankruptcy, and then just moved on, pretending like those businesses never happened. On top of that, this is a motherfucker that takes charity donations for his charity and uses those donations to put a big lifelike painting of himself in his charity building. Literally, I think he like put a lifelike painting of himself in one of his lodges, and that's what he did with the money donated to his fucking charity.
Well, you're gonna see radical people, like especially celebrities. Like I know Lady Gaga was definitely anti-Trump.
People aren't going to be quiet about this, and the moment Trump screws up and something really bad happens with this country under his presidency, they're going to blame him, even if it wasn't his fault. Think about this. Everybody now is looking to Obama as a better option than Hillary and Trump. But recall, before any of this happened, we were all alongside one another blaming Obama for our issues. That's where I mean, thanks Obama came from. But now that we reflect, how much did Obama really do? Candy ass me, whitey pants, I'm dying. You just now heard me say that?
This stream must be fucking lag.
But yes, I am Candy Ass McWhitey Pants. I am the whitest American known to man. I am the decent white man. I am the motherfucker that is pro-homosexuality, transsexuality, pro-lesbianism, pro-fucking LGBT shit, like all that other stuff. I'm not gonna go as far as to like use your 26,000 pronouns. But please, God, understand, you do your thing. And seriously, if you're a fucking transgender with a beard, you look like a dude. Put some more effort into it, please. Yeah. Seriously, put more effort into it. If you're gonna be transgender, you want to be a woman. You are a woman. Act like it. Dress like it. Look like it, please. God. Is it so wrong to say a girl in a beard looks weird to me? A girl with a beard just scares the shit out of me? I don't feel like beards aren't attractive to me. Maybe to somebody else, but Jesus Christ.
I'm not a fan of beards here, and this is coming from a woman. I like kind of like a clean-shaven man, but I don't mind little scruffies here and there. Oh, then I'm gonna rub my hands all over your face. And be like yourself, Bade.
I mean, we could all hope and pray that Donald Trump will become a better man, that the experience of presidency would humble him. But that's fucking wishful thinking.
The only redeeming quality of redeeming, and I say that very loosely with this you're fired, Mr. Man, is that he could possibly make jobs. Possibly. Very loosely.
Possibly. A lot of people estimated a very high possibility that there's going to be a stock market crash now that Trump is president.
Would you rather him running the Treasury?
Doesn't really matter. If Wall Street crashes, the Treasury is pointless because the money is depreciated in value.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I'm just saying, oh god.
Australia literally pulled out their shares from the stockbrokers and stuff like that.
Isn't, like, fucking Trump in debt anyway?
I mean, I think Australia pulled out their shares because it's predominantly third-wave feminist government. And, like, the third-wave feminists were just so butthurt that Hillary didn't win that they literally just pulled all trade deals with Australia out of America.
But Gonzo, I don't think fucking Trump is gonna deploy you because of your last name. Well, idiots are idiots. You can't fix what's broken.
Talking about what Trump supporters would do because of how his name sounds. Okay, completely red might be pushing it a bit. Move to one of those counties! Okay, obviously not an option.
Let's all take America and push it somewhere else. Well, actually, the Queen is saying, you know, if Trump becomes president, she's gonna try to fucking buy us back. I was reading that somewhere.
Yeah, we were fucked this year, definitely.
In the ass, in the ass, in the ass. But I think a good. Wait, was Vladimir Putin really like serious about if Hillary did get elected? That he would have. He
never said that. He never said that. But a lot of signs are pointing that Russia might be preparing for war.
Why? Where does this come from?
I don't know. That whole anti-illegal immigrants thing might have just been propaganda that he used to get elected by people that just wanted illegal immigrants out of his country. Mainly because Trump Tower did employ quite a few illegal immigrants in its day. Therefore, if you look at it at that logic, Trump might be a dick to illegal immigrants, but he loves them as a business asset. He couldn't live without it.
So, slave driver, okay.
Yep, pretty much. Trump won't deport these people because he's a fucking slave driver.
I wonder what his family history's like. Did he come from people who had, like, slave descendants or some, or owned slaves from way, way, way back?
Well, fun fact, John Oliver dug this up. He actually comes from a family a bloodline in the Netherlands named Trump.
Oh.
So his actual name isn't Donald Trump, it's technically Donald Trump.
Trump?
Trump.
Just take the R out, you got Donald Dump. Well, that's a beautiful way of saying Donald shit.
I think it's funny because John Oliver's tactic was to have people call Donald Trump in order to stop people from electing Donald Trump as president. Guess what, John Oliver? It didn't work. He needed to hit harder than that. I'm disappointed in John Oliver. He's been an amazing comedian, attacking political points perfectly, but he failed desperately at convincing people not to vote for Trump. Yeah. Well, he did bad at it. Because instead of actually attacking anything that would have remotely diffused Trump in the regards of comedy aspect, he instead chose to go for, oh, well, his original heritage name was Trump. Sorry, John, but you didn't. You just disappointed me, man. You were a funny comedian and all, but you suck. Jon Stewart, your mentor. Jon Stewart, yours and Stephen Colbert's mentor, could have done a better job with this shit.
I honestly thought the election was going to go up until 5 in the morning. Okay, we're still, I thought it would go longer.
I'm just eating a nice, delicious turd right now. Anybody want some?
Oh yes, I'm with the side of diarrhea. Fish
We'll have to be eating our own feces for the next few years. I'm just going overboard with this shit. I'm just gonna...
Again, somebody or something is going to happen. And I think whatever is going to happen will be a positive but slash.
The only thing that was
negative
remotely important in Hillary's emails is that she did say in her emails for her campaign to just like pretty much crap on Trump and the Trump supporters.
I just feel bad for the kids that are getting it up and they're like, why are you crying, Mommy? We're leaving this country. Why?
There's just absolute silence.
That's eerie. Like I said, it's the calm before the storm. Something's going to happen. It won't happen here, but it will happen across of an emotional span shockwave effect.
Could take a year. Who knows? I question how much damage Trump could cause in a year, to be
Is that the Empire State Building in New York?
You know, I was actually legitimately asking myself, as far as people who have gone with their political views, is it possible that any of these states would want to secede from the United States? far as to try and secede from this country because we've gone farther with this than any other election. Fucking riots in the streets, violence, lies, slander, more than any election I recall reading about in the history books or any fucking election that people have memed on the internet or any fucking election that I saw on local television. People didn't riot over Romney. People didn't riot over Obama. I don't know. Make America racist again. Make America a colony again.
England, take back America.
Take America back. You know, with the improved constitutional monarchy, that may not be a bad idea. And especially with the Brexit, now that it's actually working out for people in the United Kingdom a bit.
What's the Brexit?
The Brexit was when they separated from the EU.
Oh, okay. Wait, why do they do that? They're the United Nations. So if they did take back England, we just okay. Never mind. I have another question in my head.
Prepare for the apocalypse to Trump.
I wonder if she would like come over and like you know renamed a couple of places.
But yes, ladies and gentlemen, most of the time this type of thing would come off as a comedy routine that a comedian would joke about and people would hysterically laugh. But we've gotten to the point in this country where these comedy routines become fucking reality. I mean, come on. Back in the days, people were literally making that joke about, oh, Donald Trump really good president, oh, that would be the day. And then The Simpsons even took a crack at something like that.
Maybe he got that idea from that. It's like, huh.
That would be a good idea. Let's run years later.
Someone should make a GMOD version of Donald Trump so they can have fun blowing him up.
Keep that board up, Cooper.
England and Mexico said they'd let us rot? Interesting.
That's what?
Oh, Grumpy Panda says England and Mexico already said they aren't going to be on friendly terms with the U.S. anymore. They'll just let us rot.
Great.
I don't know. The UK pulled up Brexit. What makes you think they're any better?
That's true.
Come on, there are people literally meaning like, oh, okay, so far the UK has us beat with the Brexit, but we've got a Trump card underway. Come on, guys. We both fucked up. Let's be friends.
Fuck. Shit. Come on.
I want to be friends with the UK. I like British accents. It's gonna be so boring if we lose Doctor Who.
Fuck, I'm gonna lose Have I Got News For You, I'm gonna lose fucking Month of the Week, probably gonna be
But you know who's really funny here?
Probably be blocked out
Because
from
it's like if the UK refuses to be part of this, they could possibly cut off business with the BBC. And people in America won't get to watch Doctor Who on TV anymore.
Oh, God.
Aren't, if not most of these people that are behind these elections, stuff like that, baby boomers?
I don't know. We don't know where
Donald
it's coming
Trump,
from.
I think, is a baby boomer. Same with Hillary.
Donald Trump was like, he got a small loan of $1 million from his daddy. So, there's that.
So his daddy was already rich. And he was just basically born into a rich life. And obviously spoiled. Seriously, fuck.
And now look, he's
60-year-old
even
man
more fucking
acting like a
spoiled.
child.
Not only is he fucking rich beyond his
But-
wildest dreams and he doesn't have to suffer repercussions, he's got the highest fucking office.
Yeah, my grandma was literally this.
Be nice to people, be nice, you'll get
Speaking of that,
far
way,
in
she
life.
was in a
Fuck!
fucking wheelchair and she had pull-ups.
It's fucking pointless now. Be nice to people, you go far in life. I'm a fucking SSI, then the bully has fucking is the fucking US president. What the fuck is the point? Maybe I should become a
How
dick.
much does it take you to get drunk, Gonzo?
No, I'm just depressed, more depressed than drunk. I don't think I got drunk. I feel fuzzy, but
Come on,
not
man, if you kill
blind.
yourself, this leaves the world to them.
what's the fucking stream saying? Anybody got a cyanide pill?
Come on, think about it. If Trump fucks up, it's going to be fun to tell all of these assholes that elected them, we told you so. Just think about it.
God damn it.
It's going to be so great to tell these pieces of shit that they basically just fucked us and they don't have any right to denounce that fucking candidate that they're currently denouncing when he fucks up. Because that's the thing with the American people. When things fuck up in this country, blame the president, not yourself.
Anybody have anthrax? Grumpy Panda wants to send it to Trump.
So, like, we get to look at these motherfuckers like, you ignorant hicks. We saw what you did. We saw what you did, and you fucking retards are never going to escape it.
Fuck.
We are going to haunt you for the rest of eternity for this shitty decision you have made. You don't get to blame the president. We get to blame you. Forever.
What's Skype saying? Gonzo, where did
We
go
get to
wrong
write
from
in the
Big Story
history
Sky?
book that retarded Trump supporters brought a retarded president to the retarded presidency, and we let that get taught to kids in school, specifically that the Trump supporters were mentally retarded. We'll make sure that's written down in the history books
It ain't gonna be
for all
fucking
kids
that.
to see.
It's probably gonna be, you know what, kids? I guess the zero tolerance policy is not gonna fucking work. Go ahead, be a dick. That way you can probably get elected president of the United fucking States.
Too.
Get very fucked
Even
up,
though if we
fuck up
recover
a huge
from,
ass
if we
dildo.
recover from this, the history books are probably going to write this down as America's worst decision ever. Like, ever. The only thing that could top it is voting a Hitler clone 20 years from now.
Probably will.
Because despite popular belief, Trump is not Hitler.
I
He
think
kept
it's just
acting like it.
a big, giant, retarded baby.
Hitler actually spread his anti-Jew agenda with political correctness and preaching systematic peace and cultural structure, making education and all sorts of things affordable for people in his country. So technically, Hitler was a Democrat.
Well, Sharp fucking tells me.
Yeah. Trump is not Hitler. Trump, at worst, might be Joseph Stalin. Which, if you know anything, Joseph Stalin's worse than Hitler. Literally a big bully that hired a secret police because his ass was paranoid and would have you shot in front of your family, gutted. He would allow his socialistic system to benefit the rich and wealthy that sided with him while you suffered and starved and ate moldy bread. Oh yeah.
I think we're already at that
Hitler-
point, aren't we?
Hitler was Pope Francis compared to Joseph Stalin. Hands down. Think about this. Hitler may have systematically killed Jews with neurotoxins and things like that, but Joseph Stalin turned on his own damn people. slaughtered many more of them in the Iron Curtain, allowed them to die of famine, starvation, would allow propaganda and bullshit. There were child murderings in his country. And, like, because it was so convoluted. Right, the fucking police force in Russia during the Iron Curtain would basically say there's no such thing as murder in our utopia. It has to be an accident. So there were child murderers, killers, criminals going around. And basically the totalitarian state's solution was to say, nope, not murderers. Not murders. Even though it was legitimately murders. No, you weren't allowed to say it was murders. You were a traitor to the country. If you said it was murders, you were a fucking fascist. You were potentially taken to be shot or hanged or removed from any sort of position of power you had if you were like a soldier and questioned them. They were fucking pricks. If we keep heading in this wrong direction, suppressing people's speech and acting like Donald Trump's opinions are absolute and shit like that, we're going to have a totalitarian state run by a big bully. Only it will be worse than what the Iron Curtain and communism was, because we have people that will literally be too dumb to realize that it's their fault that they're in famine, their fault that there are higher classes, by Trump's side specifically, being appointed to be the richest people of our class. Just a bunch of crazy shit. And you know, all of this is probably just venting and ranting, because maybe we're smart enough to not let it get like that. No. See, trust me. With Trump's outlook on political correctness, that's the one thing to look forward to. Feminazis will fucking cease to exist in this society. Do you know why? We are going to be so heavily politically incorrect that a majority of our populace will be heavily racist, overly violent, and that so-called patriarchy that the feminists claimed existed will legitimately exist in a form called the Trumpchiarchy or something. I don't fucking know. But people are literally going to become more violent and aggressive as time goes on if Trump actually does fit their best interests. And who knows? Even if Trump fucks this country into a state of decay, what if these people still blindly follow him, still blindly support him, and threaten to hurt, attack, vandalize, and silence anyone? This says he caused any of that. Who knows? Who knows? Don't take any of this as fact. All of this is hypothetical scenarios that could happen in multiverse theory. There are so many paths we could go down, so many decisions the American people can make at this point. What we have done is in the past. It's too late to change it. We can't change it. We can't undo it. It's our actions in the future that will determine whether we survive as a nation. So at this point, we allowed a bunch of assholes to elect an asshole for president. They were too fucking angry and blinded by their own goddamn hubris to see what they'd possibly done to this country.
They were
just
entitled
too
to
fucking angry.
They were
too
entitled
fucking
to
sick of the
shit.
same old. And let's be fair here. On both sides, our people and these political figures act like they're entitled to shit. These people will elect a president and then do jack shit for the country, expecting the country to do everything for them. I just want to point that out. People
No, all we
elected
gotta
Trump
do.
because he promised them shit they wanted. Let's be honest here. They wanted illegal immigrants deported. They wanted to bomb the shit out of ISIS. They wanted to be rude to a bunch of paraplegics and people they felt were a privileged class. They wanted this. They wanted to be a bunch of assholes. They wanted an excuse to be a bunch of assholes. They wanted a president that would make them feel like they could be assholes whenever they wanted. That's what all of this was about. I mean, seriously, name off the thing. All right, this guy might speak his mind, but wouldn't any individual basically just say, "There's a fucking limit.
Hold on, I'll
There's
be
a
right back.
threshold you
Go
don't
ahead.
cross because morality is still a fucking thing." Never mind political correctness, just your own goddamn morals, your own goddamn humanity, and maybe your common sense, maybe the fact that you do research and realize that a lot of the shit that these people were spewing just doesn't make any sense. Like, I just want people to think. I don't want people to go anti-Trump or anti-Hillary or anti-America. Just look at this from your third eye. Look at it from the outside perspective and view it how it might truly be, right there in the middle. Assholes wanted to be assholes, and if we had voted the other way, the politically correct wanted to shut us up because, my feels. That's what we got here. Assholes of two different forms on both sides of the spectrum, ladies and gentlemen. That's what we got here. Assholes that either wanted to tell you that you were privileged because of the way you were born, or assholes that wanted to tell you if you don't hate Mexicans, if you don't hate ISIS, if you don't hate, you're anti-American.
Can we just fucking... Why does it always have to be hate? I can't say peace, but fucking compromise, man.
I don't think the internet's going to be censored, let's be honest here. People have a lot bigger fish to fry than to censor the internet. In all honesty, the internet probably would have been censored if we went pro SJW. Because that was their agenda. Trump's agenda is just to be an asshole. Serve his interests. He probably just wanted to be president because this entertains him. Look at his fucking track record as a businessman. He goes on a venture and then ditches it when he gets bored with it. That's literally been Trump's track record. Because he has money to spare. He's not the richest man in the world, but he's rich enough.
He's flaunting it around. Thinking that putting his name on this stuff sells it like hotcakes.
I mean, like, let's forget the political correctness and then just look at common sense here. When you look at somebody that's basically saying that Mexico's sending drugs, rapists, and all that, and this is literally the stereotype that people are going with to push the narrative to build a fucking wall, which makes no sense to begin with.
Yeah, but aren't you forgetting something? That wall ain't gonna do jack shit.
Is it really wrong to assume those things? Yeah, the wall won't do jack shit. Exactly, that's why it makes no sense. But how can you plausibly build that wall? I mean, seriously, think about this. If you look at where the border of Mexico is, this wall would have to go through mountain ranges, neighborhoods, all this crap.
And you could try to build it.
Fucking... have to pay for that damn wall.
And it's gonna require a fucking assload of money. And it's not gonna stop people.
We're talking about a wall the magnitude of the Great Wall of China.
Yeah, but fucking hell. When the Great Wall of China, we didn't have fucking planes. Look at us now.
Trump bans fandom conventions. Okay, there are certain liberties Trump can't invade on. We have a constitution for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep enforcing it. I'm going to point out right now.
Let me find out
gay
one
marriage
post.
was approved. I just want to point this out right now, just so people don't worry. Gay marriage was approved by the Supreme Court a while back.
Yeah,
now, the thing you don't know, when it's approved by the Supreme Court, it's an amendment.
Here we go.
Gay marriage is literally a constitutional right in our Constitution now.
Found
the president
it.
Cannot repeal that. The damn Supreme Court cannot even repeal that.
Here,
you don't have to worry about the things we fought for.
You pretty much are falling on the one post that I was trying to look for, because one anonymous decided to ask one person what a president can and can't do. One of those things you just said. reverse any Supreme Court decision, which includes,
Right.
yes, same-sex marriage as a constitutional right, and also, let's see, Whole Woman's Health versus Hellerstedt reaffirmed women's right to choose, and excuse me, the right to choose an abortion, as in Roe versus Wade. Another Supreme Court case, Greta versus Bollinger, instituted affirmative action, da 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 da. Even if Trump appoints the worst possible Supreme Court nominee, he or them will not reverse any of these decisions without a real significant case coming before the court with new facts, and then they can write an
Yes,
opinion
so
stating
somehow
how
there would have to be a fact that gay marriage is a detriment to the populace, and it would have to be factual.
it's unlikely to happen.
Yeah. So, like, anybody that's worried about any of the Supreme Court decisions being undone, the president cannot do that. Everything we fought for in the regards of legality will stay that way.
I need a
So you
bathroom
don't have to
break.
worry about that, at least. Our amendments, our Constitution, our right to freedom of speech, it's still there, ladies and gentlemen. It's still there. In fact, that's the thing that's constantly defended us time and time again from SJWs that wanted to take our rights away. It's in the goddamn Constitution. You can't just unamend an amendment. It's harder than you think. Yeah, like gays can still be free to be gay, lesbians can still be free to be lesbians, bisexuals can still be free to be bisexuals, and transsexuals can still be free to be transsexuals. This was already amended in the Constitution by the Supreme Court. Trump cannot overturn that. No Republican can overturn that. Even if there was purely Republicans in the Supreme Court, they would have to state a very good case as to why gay marriage should be repealed. And that case would only work out if our country was strictly fucking Republican, board round, which is not true. We're heavily divided, so nothing would get done in that regard.
Fucking shit. Okay. I'm not sure how I'm gonna sleep, but my body says you might wanna. Not now, but soon.
Yeah. Just don't worry too much, guys. Do your research, find out what the president can and cannot do, and you'll really see how much power Trump actually has. Yes, he can rally behind people. Yes, he could possibly pay off other Republicans and stuff. He could get away with certain things, but he can't get away with everything. I will say that.
Where was I on that one list?
Like, one major thing he cannot do is overturn a Supreme Court decision. He just can't do that.
He also, according to this post, there we go, write laws or repeal an existing law. While traditionally presidents have exerted influence on the legislative agenda, like in the Affordable Care Act, they cannot actually write or pass legislation. Bills, joint resolutions, concurrent resolutions, simple resolutions, they all have to be introduced in the House by a representative. The presidents can't strike down law, Congress can repeal it, and the Supreme Court will strike them down as unconstitutional. The presidential influence is just that, influence. If you're hated by 95% of the party you joined last week, burned all your goddamn bridges by insulting them at various parts of your campaign, they're unlikely to pardon with you in crafting legislation. The president cannot make any law or declaration that infringes in any way on the rights of the states, because most of the rights
So
are
what the states are doing right now, making marijuana across the board recreational, the government cannot overturn that. That is your state's decision and your state's decision alone. If your state wants marijuana, they will fucking have marijuana. In fact, I already made this joke once or twice before. People, like, I'm basically just going off this. People are basically saying, in my opinion, if we can't have a Trump-free nation, we're sure as hell not going to have a weed-free one.
Oh yeah, there we go. Also, they might as well point this out. The president cannot declare war. This
Yeah,
is one of the
he
most
can't declare war.
complicated. Yeah, unilateral. They
It's
cannot.
complicated because the doctrine is very complicated about it.
Yeah, there was a significant shift in the articulation of the war doctrine, one of the least restricted of the president's restricted powers. But despite all that, presidents still have no power to declare war. So if somebody pisses off Trump, he can't declare war.
Yep.
The president also cannot unilaterally appoint heads of administrative departments or make treaties with foreign nations.
The thing that is frightening, though, is he will be given access to the nuclear launch codes as the commander-in-chief. The only thing we can hope in that regard is if we do go to war with Russia, Russia fires first, because whatever state fires first is violating an age-old pact with the world's nations, and they will view whatever country fires first as a threat. There are pacts, doctrines, treaties that go back since the fucking Cold War that said we are never to use nuclear weapons again. And the fact that some people are looking at this, Russia is apparently preparing for nuclear war.
Make America vote again.
So that's something to look for in the future. If anybody fires off a nuke in this day and age, it would purely result in one of the single largest world wars to date. World War III. The reason why is an age-old doctrine and treaty that states that all countries are to nuclear disarm themselves and never use nuclear weapons. In any case.
Still not going to paint a pretty picture.
If that treaty is violated, we are an enemy. That country is an enemy to the world. I just want to point that out because people need to be aware of that. Anyone who chooses to fire off a nuke will be in the eyesight of every single country in the world that has a powerful enough military. They would probably ally, form a gigantic alliance to overthrow that country. Because nuclear war is the most dangerous war. It's the reason we had treaties and doctrines placed on it. To say, no, not ever, never. Anybody that violates that is to instantaneously be considered public enemy number one. The entire fucking world, ladies and gentlemen.
Speaking of the world, The Guardian. The Guardian pretty much posted an article just a few hours ago. We saw the United States would step back from the abyss. We believed, and the polls led us to feel sure that America would not, in the end, hand the most powerful office on earth to an unstable bigot, a sexual predator, and a compulsive liar. People around the world have watched and waited through the consecutive horrors of the 2016 election, believing the nightmare would eventually pass. But today, the United States, the country had from its birth seen itself as a beacon that would inspire the world, a society that praised itself as the last best hope of Earth, the nation that has seemed to be bending the arc of history towards justice, as Barack Obama memorably put it on the same morning 8 years ago. That nation has stepped into the abyss. The United States stands not only as a source of inspiration to the rest of the world, but as a source of fear. Instead of hailing its first female president, it poised to hand the awesome power of its highest office to a man who revels in his own ignorance, racism, and misogyny. One would describe him as a dangerous sociopath. The article goes on. And what awesome power he will soon have. Republicans did not just defy every projection, prediction, and data-rich computer model. They won the House of Representatives and much the Senate. He will face a few checks on his whims. A man with no control of his impulses will be unrestrained, the might of a superpower at the service of his ego and his id. The most obvious impact will be the country he will soon rule. Just think of what he's promised. Deportation force to round up and expel the 11 million undocumented immigrants who make up 6% of the U.S. workforce. A ban on all Muslims entering the country, later downgraded to a pledge to impose extreme vetting on anyone coming from a suspect land. A giant wall to seal off the Mexican border. Some form of punishment for women who seek abortion. Prison for the women he just defeated. People will say it's all just for talk, but they said that throughout the campaign, insisting that Trump would pivot to a more moderate stance, he would become more presidential. Never did. Surely he will see this victory as proof he was always right. His instincts were perfect, and he was never to be challenged. No reason for him to moderate at all. The office that held Thomas Jefferson, Abe Lincoln, Franklin Roosevelt, and John F. Kennedy is now his playpen. He could do as he likes. This will be America's ordeal primarily, but it will affect all of us. A reality TV star with no experience of politics or the military will have the nuclear button as his toy. This, remember, is the man who reportedly asked several times during a military briefing why the U.S. didn't want to use nuclear weapons since it had them. This is the man who has said, "I love war," whose proposal solution to ISIS is to bomb the shit out of him and steal the oil. Think of the anxiety this morning in Riga, Vilnius, or Tallinn. In the summer, Trump told the New York Times he didn't believe NATO's core principle. An attack on one member should be met by a response from all. He seemed to see NATO as a mafia protection racket. Unless the guys paid up, they should be left undefended. Vladimir Putin, Trump's hero, admired as the very model of a leader by the president-elect of the States, will not need more of a hint than that. The Russian dictator will surely see his opportunity to invade one or more Baltic states and continue to expand his empire. Trump would only admire the macho swagger of such a move. A trade war looms with China. The imposition of tariffs could imperil the entire global trading system. America is about to turn inward towards protectionism. The markets have already delivered their verdict on that. They plunged. And what about our planet? Trump believes climate change is a hoax perpetrated by the Chinese and will do nothing to reduce emissions. He doesn't believe they exist. But beyond all that, there's another consequence of this terrifying decision, no less dark. His success has delighted white nationalists and racists in his own country and beyond. His victories in the key battleground states were hailed by David Duke, a former luminary of the Ku Klux Klan. "God bless America," he tweeted. "It's time to take America back." The Dutch nationalist Geert Wilders was in a similar cheery mood. "The people are taking the country back," he said. "So will we." Marine Le Pen will feel the same jubilation, as will every other populist or nationalist who traffics in hate. For they have seen the power of a message built on fear and loathing. It's not good enough to say this is all about the economic anxiety of those who have been left behind, though they clearly played a part in winning Rust Belt states for Trump. But it's an incomplete explanation because Trump did not only win those voters. He won 63% of white men and 52% of white women. Not all of those were the left behind. A lot of them were people drawn to a message that was in part, and however thinly coded, reinstating white privilege. Who's to blame? The list is so long, from the Republican Party to the media, pollsters, data nerds who got us so wrong, to the Clinton campaign team that took one-time Democratic bastions for granted, including Clinton herself, who for all her strengths was a flawed candidate. You can condemn all of them, but on a day like this, who really cares about the blame? The most powerful country in the world is to be led by its most dangerous leader, a figure who could have walked out of a school textbook narrating the darkest history of the 20th century. The wartime holder of the office that in January will be Trump's once told Americans they had nothing to fear but fear itself. It's not true today. America and the rest of us have plenty to fear, starting with the man who now stands at the top of the world. That was
That's
it.
right. Once you become U.S. president, you're technically the most powerful man in the world, aren't you? We made fucking Donald Trump the most powerful man in the world. Jesus fucking Christ. I can't believe it.
What is there to say at this point?
It's just. Well, one thing's for sure.
And what would that be?
Third wave feminists created the white male privilege that they aimed to do away with. That white male privilege, you know, it originally didn't exist.
I don't
But
think it
now-
was such a thing.
It might. It might now if the KKK are allowed to get away with shit in Trump's presidency. So yeah, we still need people that are gonna hold those motherfuckers accountable for their actions. We still need people that are going to choose to condemn the KKK if they do come out of the shadows and decide to go on the crime spree they did during the civil rights era. We cannot let those motherfuckers run rampant again and pretend to be a charity group again. But we just can't let history repeat itself. At this point, guys, it's up to us. We can't rely on Trump. We can't rely on our government. It has always been up to us, the American people. We're going to decide our destiny, and we're going to decide what the true morality of mankind is. We need to act. If you see someone being attacked by a racist, protect them. If you see someone attacking somebody because political beliefs don't align, protect that person being attacked. We have to show these people that they can't just run rampant and do whatever they want. We have to show these people that they don't have a right to lay a hand on people just because people disagree with them. We've got to be the law and the order. We are the people. This was somewhat foretold by our forefathers in the creation of the Constitution. That there would come a day where our government would become corrupt. A day where our services wouldn't help us. A day where the Congress we had put so much faith in would be obsessed purely with power. That day, we are supposed to denounce the man that we would have called president. We are to denounce our government and fight for our country. Because that government no longer stands for the ideals our country was founded off of. The true freedom that we all desire. That freedom from guilt, that freedom from admonishment, that freedom from having to worry about violence and violent people doing violent things. That's the true freedom we all desire. That's what we want in this life. Is to live it without fear. To live it without worry. That reality is solely up to us. The future is pretty much in our hands at this point. If we don't agree with the KKK, then we have to fight back. If we don't agree with extremists, then we have to fight back. If we stand by idly and do nothing, like a lot of us have done from the beginning, it's just going to get worse for us. This needs to be the wake-up call. Because if electing something, like, if electing a reality TV star consumed by his own ego to the presidency, backed by the KKK and a lot of segregative groups, you know, wasn't that wake-up call we needed? I don't know what the fuck our wake-up call is going to be.
I hope this is it, though. I hope this is the fucking wake-up call. That we need to
Make
get
America
our fucking
great
shit
again.
together.
America was okay until Trump happened. It wasn't the greatest, and it was never going to be the greatest unless we fixed our educational system, unless we fixed the things that our politicians didn't give a shit about. You know, all the things the politicians don't focus on were the things that held us back. I just want to point that out. By not taking matters into our own hands and by relying on our country. Country, I say that loosely, because who's really the country? The people that build up the populace, or a few assholes in suits? That's for you guys to decide. Are we the country, or are they? Because that's the question we got to ask ourselves. And if we really don't want this, then we have to stand up for what we think is right. You know, a lot of these people will say that we rule the day, that we would defy them, that we would be sympathizers with the things that they hate. But what I say is they rule the day that they cross us. Because we've remained absolutely silent up until now. But if they're going to touch us, or try and hurt the people that we care about to further their fucking bullshit agenda we don't give two fucks about, they're going to feel some real justice. That's what I'd like to think. This is our time, guys. This has always been our time. We were the one that decided the future. The people that are almost at their lives' end don't decide our future for us. We do. And it's time we woke up and saw that. We decide our fucking future. And how are we going to do that? By functioning as a system. We have to work together. We have to help each other. We can't keep having that fear that we're going to be screwed by one another and think that every single goddamn person on this planet is bad and that they're out to hurt us and things like that. That's what's held us back. We haven't worked systematically as a unit. We haven't agreed on anything. We're divided on everything. Is that any way at all for our country to function, for us to function? And I'm not arguing this with fucking political correctness. I'm arguing this with fucking human decency. Do you want to feel safe? Do you want to feel protected? Then rely on yourself. Rely on your friends. Rely on the people that you know, love, and trust, and make that your meaning for living. God damn, that's always been the way it is. That's always been the way it's been since the beginning. The country has to love itself in order to function properly, but it hates itself. It wants to kill itself from the core. It wants to burn.
Wants to fucking die.
That's why it's pushed itself to such hateful and toxic ideals. And we let it get that way, slightly. And I'm not saying we should feel like horrible people for that. Everyone makes mistakes. But what we have to do now is fix that mistake by doing right by us and right by the people we know, love, and care about. If we want pro-LGBT, we fight for pro-LGBT. If we want pro-race equality, we fight pro-race equality. If we want pro-sex equality, we fight pro-sex equality. We fight it. We think circumcision is wrong, don't circumcise your fucking kid. And tell other people, you know, it's wrong to deprive their kids of that choice. We give people the facts, and we keep pushing the facts until we know it's true. And then we work together to make the difference. We are the future. Not these old people that are about to drop dead. And not these people that don't get us. They'll never get us. They come from a different time. We've got to get us. And we've got to get together. And that's all I got to say. It's up to us now. So let's go forward. And let's make America great again. Without fucking Trump.
I think we pretty much said all we need to say. I really do need to distract myself. I can't really drive well, so I might have to just conclude the stream and start watching some videos and hopefully feel good. And what about you?
Yeah, I'm probably going to get some sleep. I'm going to rest well knowing that I actually said something positive and people listened. I feel like I'm making a difference.
I feel like I might try to get some sleep. At least knowing that there's somebody here with some voice of reasoning. I'm supposed to feel drunk, but I don't feel it. I'm gonna go the stream.
Yeah.